this working? All right. It's been a while since I made a video. I think. Well, it's been quite a while. I've been trying to get things together here over on my side, but things keep changing on me. Like I don't have hot water right now, which is just amazing. So that's why I'm not clean shaven. Uh, um, the point of this, I guess mostly I was just gonna talk about guitar stuff. I've been on the kick of listening to a lot of like streamer stuff and like okay, so like I was really into making like for years, for probably like let me move the OBS over here. I was really into just keeping up to date with things for a couple of years. If you just apologize for belching, I've got my beer here, and I've got barbecue. That's just sitting pretty right there. I'll be heating that up. I'll probably put that in the sandwich. It's pork belly. I'll be I'm gonna get the hot dog buns out, or maybe go back to grocery outlet and buy bread or something like that. I might just make me a little sandwich later. Volume levels are not the best right now. I'm clipping in the actual monitor. I did put a limiter on, but it's like it's not the best limiter in the world. Let me take a look back again. Let me see here. Thresholds at whatever. But we'll work with it. We'll work with it. Since my last few videos, what are the major updates here over on the glass side? Not a lot. Not a lot, to be 100% honest. Don't have a whole lot of updates. The primary thing that I've noticed with stuff is I was really like a year ago, 2 years ago, I was really hot on this whole concept of like things are gonna change, things are gonna get worse, and they did. So I'm 100% already like 100%. I'm just looking at everything in the background. It looks crazy, right? Like the amplifier setups, the multi-purpose cleaner with a bunch of crap everywhere. I've been trying to clean up here. I've been on vacation the past week. I am failing at that. I'm a little oily right now because I've been barbecuing. Mm-hmm. This is this Radler, Mind Haze Radler, watermelon flavor. I'm not a fan of watermelon flavored stuff. Usually it kind of upsets my throat. This just tastes like Warhead watermelon, like not real watermelon. The Truly usually gets me screwed up, like it messes up with my sinuses and stuff like that, gives me allergies and stuff. I don't like it. This is fine. I'm making a lot of noise just holding this here. This is fine. I went through the rest of the 12 pack earlier through the week, and the lemonade one is quite good, quite basic, but pretty good. I'm glad that they made that. Kind of weird that they put out this spring break beer when everybody is leaving town for spring break, which is kind of funny. What else do I even need to talk about? Like, that's what I was saying. Everything got kind of worse with culture, mostly because the AI stuff is out of hand. It's 1000% too out of pocket. Nothing interesting is getting suggested to you because the same crap is getting suggested to you. It's like you already know what you're going to get suggested before it even gets into your feed. That's so garbage. That's not what it's supposed to be. And then they got these tools to try to figure this shit out for every website. I went on 4chan. I'm banned from 4chan, not because of me. I'm banned from posting on 4chan because my IP region has been locked, which means that other motherfuckers in the area have been trolling too much. What's the point of even doing anything online if you can't fucking do anything online anymore? What's the point? There's no point in it. So, so the whole thing is like, I've just basically realized like, oh, there's like not a lot of stuff that you can really go on and do anymore. Like, what do you're stuck with the most basic level shit. You're stuck with the stuff that's forced and advertised to you. Facebook, which is literally just advertising, and Instagram and TikTok, it's literally just advertising, nothing but. And then freaking fringe culture. That's all you have. You fringe culture shit. You can go to fucking Kiwi Farms, or you could go to like Reddit, and you can hang out there and just realize that all these people are just insane, just like everybody else. It's not fun anymore. Like, they've taken the fun out of every single thing that you could possibly imagine. They've destroyed everything that's interesting, and they've made it so that no one can make art. That's the worst part. It's like, nobody can actually make art. Everybody has to be this stupid fucking grifter or stupid fucking, like, man of the people concept. Like, what is this? I've already talked about how much I fucking hate streamers. I hate, like, Hassan and Asmongold and people like that. It's like they don't exist for any real reason. They only exist to, like, basically put, like, the dumbest, the most basic bare bones thoughts into people's, like, they're just to find the most, like, relevant thing and just talk about that at the most basic level, because they've already hit their numbers. It's one of those things where, like, if we all got collective amnesia and we woke up the next day, nobody would even fucking care about these people. They're not entertaining. They're not funny. They're not interesting. You would look at them and you go, what is this? Like, who cares? There's nothing to it. And it almost feels like, I don't think it's like a psyop or anything like that. I just feel like it's just there to fuck with you, to make you think that this is it. So I've been playing a lot of guitar, and I have paid attention to guitar TikTok stuff. That is the one thing that I will say that I've been paying attention to. And it's frustrating me to no end, of course, obviously, because it pisses me off that there aren't more songs. Like, you need more songs. Which is frustrating, because it makes you realize, like, I could write a million songs. Nobody will give a shit, because you're going to be in that fucking ether of nothing. It doesn't matter. And no one's going to care. And you're just going to be stuck doing the same shit over and over again. So the only thing that you could possibly do that could get you any kind of recognition is something so fucking stupid that it's actually funny. Which is what the whole Jimmy Brown thing is. I'm like, Jimmy Brown's cool. Like, that's a good look. Like, a guy from Philly who's pretending to be a guy from Manchester. An actual child. That's funny. I like that. That's actually pretty cool. I do actually like that. But then you have, like, this Dippin' Dots fucking King Giz band from France, and it's like, they're from Quebec. Even worse. That shit is like, everybody talking about it too is like, it's like, this is not right. Like, you guys are not talking about this music because it's good. You're talking about this music because it's in your face. This is awful. Like, this is, and it's not like, oh, hey, like, this is actually cool, artistic stuff. Hey. It's like, no, this is like very bare bones level math rock crap mixed with, like, fucking, it's like, the closest thing that I can compare this to is, like, you know, the Phenomenauts, or like Aquabats, or obviously the big ones, Guar. Or you could go, like, in any direction, right? You go any direction outside of this stuff. I mean, there's a lot of ways that you could go with this, but it's basically like people wearing costume where it's like the image is bigger than the music. And that's what I wanted to bring the guitar out for, because like for me, the whole microtonal thing, I was already beyond that years ago, because I was like, okay, I mean, why would you need to fucking put extra frets on your guitar when you can do this? There, I just did microtones. Like, what is the point of doing microtones when... I mean, it is the same thing. Like, you're not doing anything like new or unique. It's like everybody already had access to that on the guitar. Like, what is the point of like thinking that this is like original? But there's no conceptuality to it. That's the biggest issue, right? Like, you're not Genesis with the fucking outfits and shit. Like, you're not Peter Gabriel. Like, you are just, first of all, look up Mark Bayer. Okay, look up Mark Bayer's artwork, Amy and Jordan, from like the late 80s. Okay, that is the same fucking design stuff. That design gets trickled down into, was it Gary Bassinet? Who's the guy that did fucking Dog Boy? Do I need to like pull up a thing here? Because I'm like, okay, hold on. Is it Dog? The fuck was that show called? Dude, what was that show called? Was it, is there a space in it? Teacher's Pet. Yeah. Gary Baseman. I was like, it's Bassinet. It's Gary Baseman. It's that same style of art where it's like this, it's not weird at all. It's like, it's pretending to be weird, but it's really just cartoony. And then like you have like a bunch of like thematic stuff and like meme things. Like, listen, this is the Aquabats because it's a fucking the Aquabats mask. Doing a triangle doesn't mean anything, and so it's this like absurdism, but it's also like you're doing it because you're Quebecois. Like, who gives a shit? Quebecois, whatever. Anyways, I can't memorize any of your. I don't remember any of your music because you don't write songs. If you wrote a song, that would be different. If you had a fucking track, I could understand that, but no. So there was like that week of being like completely confused, like what the fuck is going on with music, internet stuff? Like, why are we all pretending like this shit matters? And it's like, no, this is the trick. All of this is to make money. There is absolutely, and it's like but it's also like you realize, I don't believe in the fucking hype of all this shit, right? Like, I don't believe in this whole like, oh, like you need to sacrifice some sacrificial shit and like fucking, no, I don't believe in any of that shit. But I do think that these people have sold their souls because they can't write a song. Like, motherfucking, like like, okay, let's just go, let me put it this way. Rick Beato has not produced a good album. Why are we listening to him? Right? He's a decent interviewer. It's the same mentality as, and I wouldn't be surprised. Like, right? Like, in like 2 years, what if we see Rick Beato kill himself? Let's just be real here. If we're talking like, like the same like trajectory that he's no Anthony Bourdain, but that same trajectory of like Anthony Bourdain, where it's like all of a sudden he gets himself into some shit and he like kills himself because it's like, okay, well, like Anthony Bourdain, like you watch those videos, you realize that he did not feel like he was a complete chef or like like he didn't have that world. His whole thing was like just going out and experiencing it and then providing it to the people, right? And that same thing is happening with Beato right now with music, because it's like, this is a guy who has never produced anything great. His best works are like fucking Shinedown. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, this dude hasn't produced anything good. So everything that he's produced is like D-tier butt rock, and you're talking about a guy who's like best quality is interviewing people, which is classic. It's like, that's the way that most of this shit fucking goes. That's how all of this shit is. So I don't. I'm not even playing this fucking thing. I just want it as a token. Like I want this as like my power token, the Tim Armstrong guitar. But it's like that's what I'm coming at. Is like you're dealing with people who aren't even good at what they intentionally designed themselves to do, what they went to school for, what they learned, their whole thing. They're not good at that. They're good at doing the other thing. They're good at putting themselves in a place where with another person and being able to get information out of them that is interesting to the rest of the people. Now that information is probably already available, but it doesn't really matter because it's packaged in a specific way. All of his other videos are garbage. Like whenever he talks about like AI stuff, it's like nobody listens to Sora. Nobody listens to is it Sora? No, Sora is the video one. No one listens to Suno. Nobody is. Come on. Who the fuck is listening to this AI generated music? Really? Like intentionally? Unless it's like something that's like a joke, no one's listening to it intentionally. It's not real. Bro, it's not real. Because it's like, it's the same concept as like, are you going to be watching a movie made out of AI? No, because it's not interesting. It doesn't fucking complete a thought or like put itself into anything. And plus there's no like creative control. And you could be like the guy who owns the company being like, I really need people to understand that this is important. It's like, this shit is fucking garbage. Like no one's following you. It's not real. It's not fucking real. So, I mean, and for me, it's like, okay, well, is it just because we can't put ourselves into the right mental state, the right perspective to like be able to get past this shit? Or is it actually that we are so distraught that the real artists can't fucking exist? That everybody who makes actual art is put into a place where they are not allowed to be big because it's not going to make people money. That's all that I can see now is like, I just see like, damn, everybody out there is there just to make money for somebody else. That's how it is. It's like, I was talking about how like that band Geese doesn't exist for any purpose other than to make somebody money. There's no fucking point to this music. It is just, I'm sorry guys, there's no point to this music. This has already been done. And not only has it already been done, which is fine. Like you can be the indie rock guy, that's fine. But I don't need to hear about it. Unless you're really fucking good at doing this, I don't need to fucking hear about it, man. Or you have a cool art style, or you're interesting, or you're a fucking great performer, or you have this amazing band. But if you're just doing indie rock, I don't want to hear about it anymore. Like I don't want to hear about it. Like unless you're my friend. I'm 34. I don't want to hear about it unless you're my friend or somebody that I care about, or you're writing songs that really mentally connect with the culture. Squeaking sounds. Sorry. I don't want to fucking hear about it. I don't want to hear a guy, I'm really complaining about everything that I do. About everything that I do. You know, like even that has more like there's it's just, I mean, because it's this level of like, even that has more like pizzazz, right? Like just some noodling that I'm doing has more pizzazz than this shit. At the same time, I'm like, Zoomers, do whatever you want to do. I don't care. Just have your fun, have your bands. I don't care. Just if you try to interject this into my life, I'm not going to listen to you. Until you have like your version of a band that I actually genuinely like, not just like bands that are around, but like a band that like, you know, thinking about like the past generation, it's like I got out of the whole Pitchfork thing and I kind of stopped listening to new music, which already makes me kind of an asshole. I get that. I already feel that. But at the same time, I'm like, of the bands that I've listened to in the past like 15, 20 years, I stick to my guns and I listen to the same stuff that I kind of like, which I think is what most people do. And what it meant for me is that at some point I decided I didn't want to listen to music from other people anymore. I actually kind of stopped listening to music. Like I did. I haven't really listened to a whole lot of stuff in like probably like 5 years. Like since the pandemic, like after that I kind of like just tuned out. I used to listen to music all the time and like I can't anymore. Especially working in audio, it's like it's hard to want to do that shit. Plus it's like, where's the innovation? Like where do you go from here? Like there's a lot of stuff that you can do with production, and there's a ton of stuff that you can do with musicianship, but like a lot of musicians are not that like intuitive. Like they know the theory. My favorite thing is like all these theory videos, these people like do theory stuff, and it's like you're still like at like the D tier or like the C tier compared to the people that like do cover songs. Like, you know what I mean? It's like people who can like listen to music and like re-record the music with their own instruments, or the negative harmony stuff. Like I miss that because negative harmony was like the coolest thing that happened in the past like 30 years. Like literally like having all these covers that are just like negative harmony versions of the same song, so much more interesting from a music theory perspective than anything any stupid fucking Instagram person could ever do. Oh, cool, look at me, I put springs on my electric guitar and it makes a weird sound. I don't give a shit. Who cares? And then you have people who are like, I've seen those videos. Oh my God, dude, the worst is the guys that like want to be like tech tuber people. Dude, there's a guy in Australia that makes these. He's like, this is how you make a Dumble amplifier for $15. It's like, you don't do that because you can't buy tubes for that much money. You can't build a rectifier for that much money. What are you talking about? And it's like this solid state thing, and then they plug it in and they clearly put After Effects reverb. Like they put fucking reverb and delay on it after the signal, and you're just sitting there going, like, huh? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Every single video has stupid fucking delay and reverb on. I cannot express this enough. They need to stop doing that shit. I get it. I get why you're doing it, because you want to get views and clicks and you want to make money. But it doesn't fucking, like, somebody's going to build that amplifier, show that it sounds the way that it sounds, explain what happens when you do this, and that person is going to get into a fucking flame war with you. How they wasted their time. It's how it is, okay? It's like, meanwhile, it's like, why do you care? It's like, because I just play acoustic guitar all the time. I don't give a fuck about, like, most of the shit. I do have amplifiers. Clearly, I have amplifiers. I do play electric guitar. But most of the time, I'm playing... You know, that kind of thing. Or I've been doing a lot of practicing. So one of the things, and it's going to be hard under a camera because I'm bad at being in front of a camera. But one thing I do is I do half steps. Downstroke. And then upstroke. Up that one, but oh well. And then you can do alternating picking. And then you can do whole steps. Wait, hold. Same thing. That's hard, right? See, that's why you do the up picking. And then you do step and a half, you know? Oh, it's like step and a half stuff is really cool. Because you do diminished. Diminished is like literally just And then another thing that I've been doing a lot is just jangoing it. You do like the two fingers. It's actually easy to play certain things with two fingers more than your whole hand. So if you do like easier for me to do four fingers, right? Small hands, four fingers. Harder, right? But what's really cool is I'm not looking at them. That's because I'm not. Yeah, that kind of thing. Real fun. Real fun. I don't know. I wanted to talk about guitar. It's like I have a hard time then talking about guitar. Like how do you learn this instrument? It's like it's actually really easy. As time goes on, you start realizing like, oh, there's a bunch of stuff that I like wish I could do better at. But you get pretty proficient at certain things, like especially like if you know the whole pentatonic scale. My nose is bothering me. It's probably because I've been out in the smoker. My girlfriend bought this tiny grill, and I do have a Weber grill at my work that I have kept over there for like 3 years. But I've been using this tiny grill, and I only cook like barbecue. Like I don't cook like. I did do hot dogs on it. It's supposed to be for like hot dogs and hamburgers, but I've been cooking like Korean barbecue stuff out there. Lots of like pork belly, and I did pork belly. We went to the Japanese market today. I got this like thin chuck roast. Threw that on there at first. It was real good, real good. And then I just ate all that right away. And then did the pork belly, which is in the little canister right now, which is already cool. But I probably will just go and put it on a sandwich. I'm gonna put a little mayonnaise on it, like a little, you know. We'll see. I might do some like hot sauce mayo. I want to get some greens. I need to get some greens on that. So I might save that for tomorrow. And I have like leftover chicken nuggets because they $5 off, $20 or more on McDonald's. I got McDonald's this morning. You learn guitar pretty quickly. The main thing is it's shape. There's two things: shape based playing, and then using your ears. Obviously, was the biggest one. Like if you have some level of music theory, people go too crazy with the music theory stuff. Like listen, the craziest thing about music theory that blew my mind recently, which I never understood my entire life, which I just recently figured out. And it unlocked a lot for me. So like for years I was like, oh, these notes are the same notes, and like I just understand the building blocks and all that stuff. No. The thing that blew my mind was that I had never understood that the circle of fifths backwards is the circle of fourths. That if you look at it as the notes before, it's that the relationships are the same going up the chords, but they are the inverse of it going down to fourths the other way. So if you think about it, like the fifth of an E is B, but the fourth of B is E. It's like that it took me so long to figure that out, which is really weird because and it made me think, number one, when I was in band class, no one ever fucking taught this shit. Why? Like, I get that I was in percussion, but why? And I understand that it was more important for me because I think what happened is they took us aside, and I remember exactly what happened. I'm just going to put the guitar down for a second to explain this. But, like, I do remember when I was in 7th grade, they took all the percussion guys, and they put us aside, and they taught us how to play drums. This guy that came in was a like a drum tutor, but like he was like a drill instructor for drums. And so like for me, I was like, okay, cool. What can I learn from this guy? I only remember like a couple things. One is that like you use your finger control. You know, you want to use the finger control to get full strokes, and you do that. You never want to press roll. Like the concept of a roll is that you don't press roll, which is something that I like didn't really understand until like then later on I took drum lessons, and I was already taking lessons, but like it actually did reflect on me, and it turned me into a different kind of drummer immediately. Like the idea that like, okay, for example, a paradiddle is not da da like two notes on that, but like an actual da da, you know, dun 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 dun. That motion, which I'm not going to be able to do properly without, you know, doing ambidextrously, is that motion is a fluid full motion with full strokes for every single note. That does not apply to certain genres of music, I think. Like to like the classical player, you know, you do need to know how to do a press roll, which I can't do for shit, because I have learned from people now for years that the press roll is not a proper roll. So I've you know, I've learned how to do specific stuff. But this guy taught a couple things. One is that he taught the reason why stick sizes are the way that they are, right? Because you always think about it. It's like, well, stick sizes, they go two different directions. They either get bigger, they get smaller and thinner. This is an Extreme 5B. 5B, well, oh, there you go, Extreme 5B. It's a longer stick. This is like something that you can play. It's designed for like metal, but it's, yeah, who gives a crap? It's just a longer 5B. Most people don't know this, but the 5 on a 5B is the length of the stick. The thickness of the stick, technically. It's actually the thickness of the stick, but the length of the stick doesn't matter. It's combined. A 5 is a type of stick. Okay? The B is the tip. The tip of this stick is a teardrop shape. If it has a more flat end, that's an A. If it's a teardrop like this, that's a B. 2B is a thicker stick. I play 2Bs typically. What I find really interesting is actually if you play 2Bs from other brands, they don't have a B. Sometimes they throw on a different tip. They don't care because they just know 2B as a specific type of stick. But that thickness is to be a little bit thicker than this. This is like, I don't know exactly how much this is, but maybe like 2 centimeter wide, maybe a little bit, 2.5. Nah, that'll be like an inch. This is less than an inch. This is like maybe like 3/4 of an inch thick. And it's closer to about, it's a little less than an inch, but like, you know what I mean? It's the thicker stick for a 2B. The thing that I learned from this guy that I always take into my head now as I get older, actually more than anything, is that you have more control over a thicker stick. That's why marching sticks are so thick, is that it's like you give a child a crayon. They're not going to be able to hold the crayon properly. They're going to feel weird. But if you give them a really big crayon that they can grab onto, they can control that crayon very easily. This is something that you learn with drumming, is that these really thin sticks actually fucking hurt people. They physically hurt people. If you play like 7 A's in a rock band, you're never going to get the sound. You can't, because your rim shots are not going to be there. You're going to get these really thin, tinny rim shots. What they do sound good for is Latin music, but that's a whole nother story. You can get pretty good with 5B, the 5s, but you need 2 for a rock band, I think, in my opinion. I do have a pack of Zildjian 2Bs underneath there. that I've been playing for years. I bought them from Goodwill Finds. I got a pack for like $25. I've been playing those sticks for like 5 years. They don't break. They're amazing. They have nylon tips. They are fantastic sticks. I do play Vic Firths because this is what I grew up on. This is what I'm used to. Although these are the extreme ones, I'm definitely not used to that. But I love Vic Firth from the feel perspective. Like for the feel of a stick on your hand, this is great. With that being said, you need a 2B. Even then, sometimes the hickory is a little bit too hard, can hurt your wrists, depending on what you're playing. But certain sticks, man, like you gotta understand. I also used to play Pro Marks 3Bs. I would try to find the 3Bs were like really long. I mean, like you're talking, this is extreme 2B, this length, but thicker, and with a ball tip. And they were made out of maple, and they would crack like down the middle. Crazy sticks. I used to play those. Those were like training sticks, you know. I loved the 3B jazz sticks I had. I wish I could find them. They were Vic Firth. I had a pair. Oh my god, like butter. And they were not like they were. I think they may have been like walnut or something. I don't remember, but they were like they were so good. They felt so good in the hand. I could talk about drums for hours. Oh my god, dude, you have no idea. I love drums. I can't play them like anymore the same way that I used to. Like, I mean, if I like sat down and I had the Vic Firth headphones on, I was just fucking around. It'd be great. I just don't have the space for it. I don't have the area. It doesn't, you know? And years go by. I realize like, man, it's wasted time, but like, and wasted potential potentially. But it is what it is. I love drums. I love also like there's probably two things about drums that I love more than anything. Like I do love like just big drums, but they have to be like appropriately sized. Meaning like I don't like just like a long drum or a wide drum. It's got to be the same like depth and also wideness. Like a 14 by 14 inch rack tom, 16 by 16 inch floor tom, and like a 22 by 22 inch kick drum, or even less than that. Some kick drums I do like having them shorter because there's less airflow and stuff like that. I do like the shorter, but not super short. Like they got to be that standard size of like 22 by 18 or 22 by 20. Those are the best ones. The longer ones I'm not a fan of. They just have too much air at the end. Not a big fan. But hi-hats. Oh my god, I have so many fucking hi-hats. I have so many of them. I went through a period of time where I was buying hi-hats like a madman. Okay. So I have my first hi-hats that I got were the crappiest hi-hats in the world. They were Performance, made in Canada. They are bronze or brass maybe. They were brass. Yeah, terrible sounding, awful. Hated them so much that I had an affinity to be like, okay, I need to get better hi-hats at some point. It took me years to get to that point. I finally got XS20 hi-hats, and I used those XS20s for a couple years, and then finally one year I bought a drum set off a guy. I bought the Slingerland Chrome on Wood, and it came with new beats. Oh my god, those new beats were amazing. And I remember playing they had the top and the bottom. The top one cracked off the very edge of the round because you know what the lathing is, like the outer lathing starts to go out. That one I do have it in storage somewhere, but I've kept the bottom half and I replaced the top with a K. So I had a K custom, or no, it was K dark top, 14 inch, and then the new beat bottom. And that was my main hi-hat for years. Fucking for like literally like 8 years. Maybe a little less than that. And then the pandemic happened and everything. I went on a spree because I used those for probably like I said, like 5 years, from like 2015 to 2020. I used those like nonstop. maybe even later, like 2021, 2022. Like in 2022, then I was like, all right, now I'm just gonna go crazy with it. So I bought an A, like 50s A or 60. It was a 60s A probably. Top hat. I have it. It's down there. Great. Use that for jazz, but I don't play in jazz bands that much or ever anymore. I got that. You got then you got the dude, yeah, the customs, the A customs, 15-inch, those rockers. Oh my god, because those are the ones I use now. I use those for all the, well, because when I play with the Heart ones, that's what I use, and for recording, pretty much anything. They're like my go-to hi-hats. Looking down over there, I've got cheapo stuff. I've got a set of B8s, and I have a set of what are they? The Zildjian crappy ones, but not the ZBTs. I don't have ZBT. I do have ZBTs. I do. Yeah, they're in storage. Fuck, dude. I do have a set of ZBTs. I have ZBTs. I have B8s. I have Planet Z's. Yes, I got Planet Z's. I have. Oh God. I got some when I went to go pick up cymbals from the Chilindrina house. You know, when they were moving to Sac, they were like, "Here, take your stuff back." And I took this bag home, and it had freaking AAs. And I was like, AAX hi-hats. And I'm like, these aren't mine. I don't know whose these are. And I still don't know whose they are. And I don't use them. Like, if anybody wants to fucking claim these hi-hats, like, they can come over and check them out. But not mine. Don't use them either. Like, I have them. They're cool. They're good. What else do I have over there? I do have, I got cambers. Like, old 80s, like, German-made camber ones. I've got low volume cymbals that I got for free from work. What else do I have? I bought 16-inch A's from the 60s. I still have them. I never use them. Like, I've never used them because they're rare. I got them for like maybe $200 or $300. I got them from Goodwill Finds. And they were sold as two separate crash cymbals for like $100 each. And I was like, these are hi-hats. And so I bought both of them, and now I have a set. But super rare, incredibly rare. 16-inch A's from the 60s. I barely used them. I was using them in the one-man band thing. What else do I have? I do have more. I can't tell you everything that I have because I just don't know I mean, I have my stuff down there. It's like pretty heavy. But I always go back to the same stuff. You know, I've got the newbie bottom and the different hi-hat tops for the Zildjians that I go through for 14s, and then for the I just use the 15s A custom all the time. Those are the big ones. Ride cymbals, I mean, like, I was doing the 24 for a couple years. It cracked the fuck out. Still have it. It's actually not here. It's too big. It's behind my so I have like my dresser, like, right, like my like clothes dresser area, like my, you know, where all of my stuff is, and like in the very very back, it's back there somewhere. I've got my main, I mean, I got two Sabian classic rides. Both of those, use those all the time. So those are my main cymbals. And then I've got, you know, I got a 17-inch dark crash AAX that I got from Goodwill Finds. I got all my cymbals from Goodwill Finds. It was super cheap. All that stuff was like score, you know. It'd be like 20-inch ride cymbal and hi-hats for $90. You get it. It's a fucking $500 17-inch AAX. You're like, okay. Wild. I've got effects cymbals too. I got that like stainless steel with the bronze cut hole top thing, the clasher thing. I never use it. I do like them though. They're funny. They're cool sounding and they're funny. And they, of course, like to have like that completely dead cymbal on the bottom is super fun. I love drums. I haven't played enough. I mean, I've got a couple sets up here. I actually did bring home, like, I've got the full chrome on wood. I just haven't replaced some of the stuff on that. And then, I've got the bronze on wood, Slingerland, 70s Slingerland, the Donner that I converted, the bass drums down here. I've got, you know, drum set at my work that I've kept there for fucking a year. Like, I'm way too, I wouldn't even say I'm too lazy. It's more like I just haven't had a reason. And I've got to, like, pull stuff back together to, like, get into the whole mood for it. Drum stuff, man, and guitar stuff. Like, I went through the whole pedal stuff. I've done a few videos of explaining pedal stuff. I stopped buying pedals like 2 or 3 years ago. Like, I actually did stop buying pedals. Like, I was like, I can't do this anymore. Too many pedals. Last pedal I bought was I bought one off of the bass player of Heart Ones, Glendon. Shouts out to Glendon. I bought the Cathedral stereo reverb because I was like, I gotta get the set, because I've been using the Memory Man, Hasbro Memory Man, the digital one. That is the pedal I use the most out of everything. I use the looper on it all the time, just to make weird sounds. I would use it to just do double tracking and split tracking stuff. Like, it's great. And the stereo reverb, I use it mostly on vocals, synthesizers, drum machines. I don't really use it too much on guitar, because guitar doesn't, because I have that. When you have the spring reverb on a twin amp, you don't need anything else. That's a Pro Twin. That's a Soldano designed, thing. Got the Gaia Tone guitar amp. PV Rage, just the practice amp that I use all the time. Rage 158s. I keep seeing those videos. Oh my god, dude, those videos of the guys with the Gorilla amp. Have you seen the guy from Reverb trying to sell that amp and be like, we bought this for $50? I'm like, that is a massive ripoff. You got massively ripped off, dude. That amp used to be on Goodwill finds for $20. And sometimes you could get it for half off. What the fuck is wrong with you? And then everybody in the comments are just like, this sucks. Why would you try to advertise this as good? Like, what are you talking about? That thing, that PV sounds infinitely better, has so much more potential for what you want to do with the guitar amplifier, is louder by a considerable amount, and does multi-channel. It does a clean channel and a dirty channel the right way. It has an EQ that actually works. It sounds decent. I also have that Matrix. That Matrix amp is pretty similar to those. That one up there, that is literally the same kind of thing as a Gorilla, except it has more gain. It does have its own gain channel. I also have a Roland. I've got the PA amplifier down there because I usually have it up over here, but I've had the door open because it's been hot in the back. Here's my McDonald's bag. You can see my longboard in the background that I don't ride. I kind of want to go ride. I'm just bad at it. Checking all my emails. I'm mostly just checking stuff off because, like, I got trash bags delivered. I was like, oh yeah, I ran out of trash bags. When you run out of trash bags, that's like the real worst, like, garbage human being thing. And you're also like, okay, do I run to, like, Target to go buy these, or do I just order them on Amazon where they're like half off of the price? Like, you're like, I'm just gonna order them on Amazon, get them tomorrow. Awful. Those are the perks. People have been like, you got to go into the boonies, bro. You can't live in a city anymore and all this shit. I'm like, dude, that's because you want to live a life where you just constantly spend money. I get that. And some people are like, I don't understand why people want to live in a city. It's like, because they don't care. They're not going to, like, I'm not, like, no offense, but it's like, I don't think I'm going to have kids, which means I'm not going to have grandkids, which means that my money goes to nothing other than myself. Like, No offense, but that's just how it is. Like, it's not gonna go to anybody other than myself. Like, what if, like, what do you think? If I die right now, it's going to my cats. Like, what do you? My cat's my girlfriend. Like, it doesn't fucking. What are you talking about? So, like, living in a city, I understand the people who have a house and are like, yeah, you gotta have all this stuff. It's like, well, then, like, what happens if you don't have lineage, or like you don't like make these kinds of decisions? Like, nothing, right? Like, so who cares? Like, what is the point? I'm also just sitting there going, like, what are you doing? Just like living out in the middle of the fucking boonies, like doing nothing? Like, come on, bro. What are you doing? Like, really? Like, what do you? Are you planning some sort of murder suicide? Like, what are you doing? Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Or oh yeah, no, I got into, like, dude, even worse. I was talking about how, like, oh yeah, like, you just follow pointless streamers. I kept getting suggested Northern Lion videos, and I'm like, oh my god, this is pointless. I cannot believe. I'm like, what kind of adult watches a guy rank snacks? like, and be like, and sit there and be like, I care about this. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, I'm like, like, oh, as if, like, I can't just, like, go be like, hey, yo, what are your favorite snacks? And to anybody on the street, like, what the fuck? like if you think about that shit, you're like, damn, there's no point to, like, having that kind of life, man. Oh boy. It's like, it's also like, this is their career. Like, they just talk about, like, they just play GeoGuessr and talk about snacks. How to be counterintuitive and not capable of like, what on earth? That shit is so fucking unbelievable to me. And then, like, oh, dude, nothing will beat the, like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, what do you? I was like suggested this video. I'm just like watching it, and I'm like, this is the worst. This is like the funniest thing. Like, it was like it was like one of those videos where it's like people being like, because as a white, it's like, being like a white guy in his 30s, like, you're gonna get suggested a bunch of videos from people who are like, just literally, like, that don't get reality. Like, it's like, it's one thing to be like in suggested political videos. It's another thing to get like a podcast where somebody is literally just talking about how everything has a negative impact on white men. It's like the funniest thing in the world for me. Because it's just like, does it really? Like, no, like, not really. Like, you're gonna live your life. It's just gonna keep going. You're still gonna be you. Nothing's gonna change. Like, you're gonna get a beer belly. You're gonna get old. You're gonna get fat. You're gonna be either with your wife or you're lonely. Who cares at that point? It's all the same shit for every culture. Like, it's not like a universal thing. The only thing that's different is, like, the very minute changes within it. But it was like, this video is literally two guys talking about how the movie Sinners is like detrimental to white people, and I'm like, you guys really are not getting the point. To sit there and be like, this movie it's just filled with sin. It's like, the movie's called Sinners, right? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And then they're trying to be like, these stereotypes are so, like, not the real stereotype about people. And I'm like, no, like, they're just, do you not even know the Robert Johnson thing? Do you not even understand? The only thing that I do have to say is that I don't think that people have done enough research on the Delta South to really know well enough, because I think there is some amount of hype up to an extent where it's like, I think if you were in a city, Jim Crow affected, not to like get super political or anything like that, but like I think if you were in a city, Jim Crow and racism really affected you. But I think in rural areas, it was less effective, and I'm basing that purely on like my grandfather's experience with living, you know, pretty damn close to the Mississippi River. So I think that that has more to do with this, like in the 30s, like, you know, you know what I mean, like growing up in West Memphis area, Marion, Arkansas, right across from Memphis, Tennessee, which is like where a lot of that stuff happened. Of course, this is not like super Delta South area, but it's like, you know, the same sort of thing. It's like you're talking about people who probably didn't see a whole lot of other people other than the people that they were immediately around, which would have been culturally inclusive or exclusive depending on the area. So I think that America has a whole crazy amount of history with all that stuff. Not saying that anything in particular is like oh, that doesn't exist or this exists. It's like, of course all that shit exists. Like, you have history books and you have like newspapers. Like, newspapers are the best source of information because you could take it with a grain of salt if you want to, or you could like look into every other publication and figure some stuff out. Public records, everything like that. That's one thing that I'm like, okay, well, some of this stuff, because it's a movie, has to be exaggerated. Like, that's going to happen. And of course, like, there is a perspective of being a white person. You probably will not understand that perspective. It's not for you. But at the same time, it's like that makes this sort of thing somewhat niche to an extent, which is like, I mean, understandable, right? Like, not everybody's going to understand a movie that's made for French people in French, or a movie that's made for Italian people in Italian, or even made for like British people from like the north of England as opposed to the south of England, you know. Train Spotting, right? Like, it's like there's a transcendental element to it, but it's like you're probably not going to understand it completely unless you like are really engrossed in that kind of culture. And it's the same thing with this kind of thing. And I get it. But to sit there and complain about every little thing and be like, it's because they don't understand. It's because they're trying to demean white people. It's like, what are you talking about? And this movie is it's like, it's almost as if they sold their soul to the devil. It's like, yeah, do you not get the point? Like, what the fuck? Which takes me back to the whole concept of like, okay, all this stuff is crazy, right? You're dealing with people who are crazy. Like, you go on your feed, you go on your phone, and you see craziness, right? Like, just, and it's not like normal craziness. It's like just whatever is suggested to you based on like an algorithmic reality. But that algorithmic reality is that the phone is listening to you. It's not just like you start talking about something, the phone will listen to you and it will suggest something on the screen. That shouldn't happen. There should be a way to turn that off. Like, that should be a feature that you could for sure be able to turn off. That doesn't make any sense. Like, why do we have that? I get it to an extent, but where it's like, oh man, like, I really fucking wish that I had garbage bags right now. I'm being suggested garbage bags in my feed. Like, fine, whatever. Like, but only if I go to the marketplace, right? If I go to want to be entertained and I sit there and I spend an hour scrolling through videos and there's nothing I want to watch, you've failed the point. You've misinterpreted everything that I've even said in the first place to provide me with a bunch of stuff that I don't care about. You know? That's how it is. It's not just, and it's advertising is, dude, the craziest is like whenever I try to talk, like whenever I'm like talking to myself to be like, yeah, it'd be great if I like, you know, had some weed right now, right? But I'm not going to do it anymore because I really don't want to smoke weed anymore. And then I get suggested nothing but THC products. And I'm like, is it just listening to me because like, it wants me to like buy these products because it heard me talking about that? That's really horrible. Like, just imagine being an alcoholic and being like, man, I would really like a drink right now, but I can't drink anymore, you know. And then they go on their phone and it's just Bacardi and fucking Jack Daniels and vodka advertisements. It's it's at that level. Like we're at that point where it's like that's all that it is. And it's like, dude, that's crazy. I can't believe that we dude, they want to push these things because they're high volume, high sales. And there's no way to control that. Like you can't go into the app and be like, yeah, don't listen to me. Like don't listen to me. Don't tell me this shit. I hate you. Like imagine just going on your phone just being like, I hate you, phone. You suck. I hate you. Don't suggest me stuff. You fucking suck, phone. I hate you. I hate you so much, phone. You're a fucking idiot and I hate you. And I hate these apps and I hate this stuff. I hate you. Now I'm on a government list. Like, you know what I mean? Like there's no way to like get around that. Like that's gonna put me on some sort of fucking CIA list. That's how it is. Like they're gonna know that you know about this thing. And they're gonna do it to you. Like it's just how it is, right? It's crazy. How do you get out of that? You shut it down. You turn it off. It's the only way. You got to turn shit off. You got to go. You've got to like literally be like, okay, well, off. Take the battery. That's the other thing is like you can't take batteries out of phones anymore. You used to be able to take batteries out of phones, like replace them and shit. Like you take the battery out of your phone, you literally have to take the phone apart. There's no other way. Crazy, right? So like there's no way to like you turn off the like I do go in there and you turn off the microphone. That's the greatest. It was like I spent like a couple of weeks where I turned off the microphone. I had great suggestions. I was like, oh dude, it's not suggesting me the same crap every time. This is fantastic. It was amazing. But you have to turn it on every time you take a phone call. So it's like, what is the point? Awful. Ugh. Ugh. It's just a miserable nightmare, man. But there's nothing else to do. Like, you go on Instagram and it's like the same 5 things, right? Because they want to sell the same stuff to you like all the time, right? So you go through your feed. Your feed is going to be whatever they want to suggest to you. World of T-shirts unrecognizable. It's probably some other guy. What are you talking about? That looks like a different guy. That's not the same guy. Also, like that guy's young. Like if you look like shit in a couple of years, that's just how it is. What do you think? I can't. Instagram sucks, man. Especially music Instagram. Like you really wanted to just like stop being suggested the same crap all the time. Or stuff that's like, dude, stuff that is like borderline like especially if you want to do a fun little mental experiment, don't even look at the picture, look at the like count. If you look at the like count and it's above 1,000, then click on the comment section, because the like count versus comments is like also a fantastic way of looking. Because if you see like, it's crazy because like you could expect way more comments. It's not there. You go on there. It's like, look at this, Pitchfork is talking about Bob Dylan, 20,000 likes. You click on it, it's like 186 actual comments, and the comments are like nothing. How about Rat? What about Rat? The band Rat? What? I have no idea what these people are talking about. And then you click on other people. Dude, click on the people that are in those sections. I'm just looking at this because like I clicked on a guy and it's just like a dude who's like clearly borderline homeless and like being like, yeah, I look great. I live in Hawaii and I'm from Bosnia, and it's like, Do you realize, like, damn, these are the people in comment sections? What? Oh my god! Like, homeless people, basically homeless people. Like, that's how it is. It's like normal people are not doing this. Like, it's just the internet is dead, man. Because it should be a bunch of cohesive thought. I've also been saying, like, they really screwed up when they limited things, because I think security is like the biggest thing, right? Like, people wanting to feel safe, but at the same time, it's like that demoralizes the concept of what this is a public forum. Like, you're eliminating the ability to be a public forum. Takes me back to, just like I said, like, you get banned from 4chan. You're not banned. People in your city are banned, and therefore you're banned too. Now you can't engage in anything unless you pay for an account. Now you're being profiled, so there's no point. There, like, literally, there's absolutely no fucking point in even posting on this website to begin with. I get being like, oh, like, what are you gonna post on here? It's like, well, I don't really need to be profiled for, like, anything that anybody posts on 4chan. That's stupid. Like, that is the dumbest thing in the entire world. That defeats the purpose of this website completely. Like, why even bother? Why even bother doing that? Like, you may as well just go on Reddit. Ugh. Disgusting. People want to talk about Reddit. Ugh. It just makes you feel bad. Yeah, I can't talk about Reddit. Reddit is a bit nasty. A nasty thing. Just a bit nasty. Talk about this stuff too. I can't even, like, I do sometimes regret not being on Discord anymore, but that's just being like, I was too small, close knit and things, and I'm glad I'm not on there anymore to a certain extent, because it was kind of frustrating. I would always get frustrated by things on there. I just hate Discord bragging. Like, why are you're on Discord? Why are you bragging about things to people? And then all the normal, and what makes that dude, it's like scaring away the hoes, but like the opposite way. It's like you're scaring away the bros. Like, your bragging is scaring away the bros. Stop doing that. It's not making it fun for anybody anymore. You bragging about, I have great numbers. Who gives a fuck, dude? Like, who gives a shit? All right, well, like, then share some of that information over to us so we can do something about it. It's like, nah, it's not that. Scaring away the bros. There's too much of that. It's also like me. Like, I can't go back. Nah, I can't. I can't see myself going back. It's because, like, if I do go back, I will just become extremely nasty. That's it. I don't have it in me to be normal on Discord. I can't help that. Like, I am too fucking crazy sometimes about shit, you know? I love Discord, but I can't do it anymore. Nope. Can't do it anymore. I do this instead. To an extent, I don't know. Let's spend too much time in this. I was just watching. I rewatched Yu Yu Hakusho all the way through. I watched Duckman all the way through, which is great. I think Duckman is one of those shows that people love talking about. The Simpsons and South Park and stuff like that. They're fine. They're okay. They have hit or miss episodes. They're kind of Duckman, especially Duckman season 3, is like one of the most solid seasons of an animated show ever made. Like, I can't express how much, like, if you're a fan of dude, if you like the early Simpsons, if you like, what's like another good show from that era that's equivalent It's just hard to say because it's better than most of those. But if you were like a fan of like early like mid 90s kind of stuff and you want to go back and you want to like watch something pre-internet where there's no like stupid social media influence, things are just as they are and they talk about the world as they are, great show, good show to watch. You should watch it. That and like I like oh man, I do like Mission Hill. I rewatched some of it. There's a cut, but it's hit or miss again. The whole city living thing. I think that's like back when people were trying to be like, "Oh, dude, city living's gonna be huge." It's like, yeah, but like not the way you think it is. Nah, not the way you think it is. It's gonna be a bunch of people who realize that they love living in a city because it's close to amenities and a bunch of stuff that they use all the time, and they don't have to go around too much or to do things. They don't have kids because it's the big one. They don't have kids. You feel talking about people like who are like, you got to buy a house, you got to do this, you got to do that, and then they also have friends that like a lot of their friends don't do that stuff, and then they themselves are like, I don't understand why you're not doing the thing that I want to do. It's like, because they don't fucking have time. Like they don't have time. Do you think that your friends that made more money than you have time to sit around and do stuff like that? I mean, by more money than you, I mean residual income. Like they made money in a way that like they don't have to work ever again. Do you think that those people give a fuck about buying a house in the middle of nowhere where they'd have to spend multiple days doing? Like, no, they're not going to. You know why? Because they want to do whatever the fuck it is that they want to do. They don't give a fuck about the rest of it. Just how it is. It's how it is. And I see that, and I also look at it and I go, how did these people, especially like people within the age of like 30 to 40, right? How do you own a house? You took risks. You bought where you could buy. You got loans, or you got money from your family. Maybe you worked a little bit. Maybe you worked a lot. Maybe you ripped people off. That's the big one, right? Like maybe you ripped people off. Let's just be real about this. Let's just say like maybe you did some dirty trades. I don't know. I'm not saying anything, but like let's just be real. Like, but then to go back on that and be like, I don't understand why all my friends don't do the exact same thing as me. What are you talking about? What do you mean? What do you mean? Like, you know what I mean? That's the reason why none of this shit works. That's the reason why this whole entire fucking renter versus owners market doesn't fucking work. Because the owners market people buy a house, fix it up, sell it. They don't keep their house. They don't live in the fucking house that they fucking sell. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? And sure, maybe they do, but like they're doing it in such a way where it's working out for them. It's not we're gonna work out for some communal purpose or anything like that. Just no, it's not how it is. That's not how it is. And then it's worse with comedians because comedians don't know, like, especially like if you have success, if you've had success, it's like, well, no, I don't understand. Like, why doesn't everybody just do the same thing as me? It's like, you can't do that because like they don't have the luck. It's luck. They didn't get lucky. They didn't have that luck, bro. That's how it is. Some people just end up talking to themselves on the internet because that's how it is. Not because they want to or they're making money off of it. That's just how it is. Let's be real with this shit. This is how it is. You're working shit out, you know? God forbid. That's the other thing. It's like, God forbid you fucking, like, are in your home and, like, a fucking carbon monoxide leak happens. And now you're dead. Now you're dead. Like, I mean, that's just how it is. Or a fire. Or, like, somebody breaks in and, like, destroy. Like, there's a reason why people live in big cities. There's security. There's more. They live in this big city. There's security. I can't even. I can only do. I can only passively do a Jerry Seinfeld impression. Um, it's just there's security in this stuff, man. Like maybe not be intentional, but like it is how it is. I live in big city, like small city. You know, being like, oh, you got to live in the boonies. It's like, what? No, you don't. Like, why would I? Why would anybody? That's the question that I have. It's like, why would anybody? Why would you live in the boonies at all? In the first place, like at all. Why would you do that? I don't know. I don't know why. I mean, like my parents do, right? Like, what's gonna happen with that? That's just how it is. Like, there's nothing I can. I can't control any of those elements. Luckily, it's like things will get bigger as time goes on, more amenities and things. But it's just that's what's gonna happen everywhere. Everywhere is gonna be like that. Then everywhere, every place in the United States will be a fucking big city. What do you want? That's how it becomes China. It becomes fucking China. Well, China's different because China has one side. Like California is like almost as if like if you had Japan and China in one thing. It's a totally different world. East Coast people do not understand California. Well, what's great about it is that they don't understand that it's basically New England but better. Like the better weather, better food. Sorry, we have better food. We grow the food here that you eat. It's just how it is. Better weather, better food. Sure, we don't have great delis and the pizza is very specific, but it's getting better. Like it always gets better. People just learn. Better, like in general, the culture is easier to understand, easier to be accepted. The bigger issue is that I think there's a NorCal SoCal issue where it's like NorCal is always going to be more chill than SoCal. Sorry, SoCal people, but it's just how it is. My best way of describing it is it's like I can go to pretty much any bar in Northern California, especially in the Bay Area, and I'm not going to risk the going in and the place smelling like shit. San Diego, I go into any dive bar, it smells like shit. I have no explanation for this. I'm sorry, guys. There's no explanation for any of that. It's just that like there are probably plenty of bars that are fine. I haven't been there. Most of the ones that I've been to smelled like fucking shit, like actual human shit. You talk shit, you could be like, yeah, but San Francisco, you walk outside and you step in human shit, or like you go walk around. It's like what you don't like look around, like you just like, what are you doing? Like, of course you just like look where you're stepping. You're stepping on anything. Like, what are you doing? You have to do the same thing in New York. The only difference is like shit is just wet. Like I don't get it. New York City is the only exception for that too. Or it's like, yeah, there are parts of it that are different. But like the vast majority of it is pretty much the same shit. Oh, my favorite is, dude, if anybody ever tries to be like, no, it's not like that. It's like, just be like, yeah, dude, Providence, Rhode Island is the San Jose of the East Coast. Because it is. It's straight up the same thing. I literally don't get it. It's like Brown, and it's like Brown University is like just straight up like a Santa Clara University. It's like the same fucking concept. I'm sorry. You can be Ivy League. I don't care. Your city looks exactly the same as mine. Just less spread out. Same deal. Is there anything else that I even have to talk about? Probably not. Oh, Fish Tank. Season's pretty bad. Like They threw out the most interesting people within the first like couple weeks, like 2 weeks. It's been over 2 weeks. It's like they threw out the most interesting people. Landon is not interesting. It's like you have to be an actual retard to be like, sorry, the R word, but it's like you'd have to be. I can't. There's no equivalent word for that. That's probably the right word for it. But you'd have to actually like have a small brain to be like, this is entertaining. Which is what Jet is. It's like that's that guy. That guy's literally that level. It's like, oh, well, okay. Like you have to sit there and be like, autistic guy funny. It's like, dude, what is this? They had the twins, which were entertaining, and some of the other guys. I mean, JD was the most entertaining person of the entire group in that sense. For like, you need a heel, like you need like an enemy. They threw his ass out. He's not there anymore. So he's just he left on his own accord. Bashir sucks. Bashir just sucks. Bashir is not interesting. Um, Not funny, not interesting, annoying. Like, yeah, this is like what else do you want? It's just boring, annoying, and like I don't get it. Who else is like really Emma? Not interesting, boring. The whole like he suicide, he suicide is not that funny to me. Like I just don't care. Um, what else? James Drake is like the normie. He's like, well, he's the who was the stripper from last season? The what was her name? It was like the Drench, right? Drench was like the least interesting person of that whole group, and it's the same thing with James Drake. Just annoying, not annoying, just not entertaining. Um, who else? I'm just like, who even is like? Then it's just freeloaders, right? Like everybody else is gone. The most entertaining people were Vicky when she went crazy, and JD. Yeah, JD was the dude, the Rachel, because Rachel was literally just people being like piggy, 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 fat piggy, 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 piggy. like, 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 dude, they must have made so much money from that. Like, just to like, how like, there's nothing entertaining about this. But there's no REA this season. There's no Freddy. There's no like the people who are like entertaining. There's no entertaining people this season. They're all like awkward and like they suck. And the showrunner is like whatever. Bam's cool, but like I don't think he's like really giving it his all. It's like whatever. It's just a complete half-ass attempt. Jet is not entertaining as a host. Ben's doing a good job. I think Ben is like the one guy who every season is the one guy who does like a good job at trying to keep this going. But like, dude, like Jet just sucks, man. Like he just sucks. And it's not just like the sex pest thing. It's like it is literally the reality that like this guy is not entertaining. He has zero like charisma. Like imagine a man with negative charisma running a fucking reality show. It's like you have no charisma whatsoever. You look like do you literally look like the kid from Bull? No, I mean like I wouldn't say the kid from Bully, but like you look like if somebody like had an auto generated character for like a Rockstar game. If Rockstar had that, I wish that they did. Where it's like, okay, well, like I want this guy to look like a flat faced, like eyes like fucked up, like Fred Flintstone looking motherfucker. Like you know what I mean? Like that kind of look. That's Jet 1000%. But he just has no charisma. Every single time he goes onto the cam, it's like, oh, dude, just get off the camera. And then like finding out the whole backstory behind him really like put the nail in the coffin for me, where it was like, I'm not fucking logging in on this shit. Like, I'm not giving you money. Are you kidding me? Like, the backstory on him is like, he's literally an R9K guy. He's basically just like, I don't like the term white trash, but it's like, you when your dad is literally like, I'm going to rename you Jet Neptune. That's too far. That's his actual name. I can't believe that, but it's true. And then at the same time, it's like, this is the whole sex pest thing. It's like, I don't care about that as much as I'm like, be entertaining, like be funny, be interesting. Ben can do it. You can't. Like, you don't have that, which is hard because it's like, you really want somebody who's like, you need to have, well, that's why he has to have the host. And it's like, that's why he has Bam Margera. He has to have somebody with charisma to do it so that he can like be in the background. But it's like, you already know, like, this guy does barely anything. I think this is a good idea. It's like the stuff they did the last 2 seasons. A lot of it is just stuff that they got from Sam Hyde. And it's like, I don't really know. Like, I feel like they could get real professional help for their show, set it up better, get better contestants, like contestants that are not boring. The freeloaders could also be better. Like, I mean, like, they could have some freeloaders that are actual legit entertaining people. I don't know. Like, I just feel like maybe that's also part of like the whole internet culture thing. Like, people just like losing their shit because all this stuff is like going away. That could be it too, because like a lot of this stuff is not as entertaining as it can be. I don't know. It's hard to tell. But yeah, Fish Tank, especially the last couple episodes of the last couple days, I pretty much just watched the recaps. Cucumber Feet, yeah, recaps. I don't watch the official ones, only Cucumber Feet. I'll skim through them now because they're not as entertaining as they were like just a few weeks ago. It's just like a week and a half ago. It's like, nah, not there anymore. What else? There's really not a whole lot else to it right now. Things are kind of like slow. Like, if you're talking like culture wise, things are pretty fucking slow. I'm rating every steakhouse in America, and the video isn't even 10 minutes long. Or, like, well, I mean, with advertisements and everything, that's like, you haven't, my guy. Just annoyed. I've been annoyed by a lot of this stuff. It's all the same stuff. But YouTube AI tries to create my content. Lamb stew medieval recipe. Oh, 7 years ago. Never mind. I may turn it in. We got what, like an hour and a half of this. That's pretty good. I wanted to spend more time talking about guitar stuff, but there's not a whole lot to talk about, really. Like, to be honest, like the guitar world is pretty, like I said, music instrument stuff, like, dead. People are boring. People aren't very interesting anymore. Like, and I don't mean that in like it's just kind of like, you just go outside and you talk to people for like 2 seconds, you're gonna have a much better time than anything that you do online anymore. It's just dead. Spend more time trying to find things I want to watch than actually watching them, which I think is a general thing. Like, I think everybody's kind of at that same point. So with everybody out there right now, I think that this is something that, everybody's going to do. What I want everyone to do right now, just turn it off. Go to your PC, go to the Windows or go to your Mac, and just go to the thing that says shut down, power. You click on that and it says shut down. You click on that, you shut it down, You'll have a great time.